How we doing? If you like toy content, reseller content, superhero content, like, subscribe, comment below. That helps out a lot. So, had a crazy work week last week. Did zero thrifting because I was getting home way too late and then just too busy throughout the day. Today I went to three shops and got three different armloads of stuff. So I broke it up and got three videos worth of stuff out of one shopping day. So we're gonna do superheroes. I grabbed this. It was $3. Oh, $5. Oh, $5. Don't matter. Uh, Looks banging. I grabbed it because I spotted this Wolverine is a 1994. Anything 90s Marvel is going to sell. And I mostly grabbed it because of Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin was pretty cool 80s, 90s figure. But when it went to Marvel Universe, he really was just phased out because I think a casual person would not know the difference between Green Goblin, Hobgoblin. They're just stuck with Green Goblin. That means the figures haven't been reproduced to death, so I'm suspecting that's going to be worth a bit of money. And it was just a whole giant bag of figures. So $5 on the board. We'll start going through it. There's a few interesting things in here. Doesn't look like it's entirely Marvel, because obviously this would be Batman. We got Batman on a cycle. I don't know if this is a complete piece or not. If he just clips in, this is really dusty. Let's see. He's like kind of rubberized. That's odd. Not seeing any kind of maker mark. Might be on Batman himself. I don't like that it's rubberized. That kind of implies it's going to be cheap. There's nothing indicating who made this. It's standard Phillips screws, so it's not a McDonald's thing. That's odd. Huh. So we might have to Google Lens that, but I'm going to see if he comes off. His feet clip in, but the leg itself doesn't move. This could be a thing where you can move him from like this to a Batmobile, but I kind of just think, do I want to force it before I figure out what it is the question. It's probably not. We'll leave it be. So I'll put them back on. Condition is, it's very dirty. It's covered in like crumbs. It's kind of gross. It doesn't look like it was in the rain. It doesn't look like it actually does much of anything. I feel like the design on this, that's that out. The design on this feels like the Batman movies from the 90s. So I think this may be pretty old. I just don't like that it doesn't say it anywhere. It could be just very well hidden. So we'll Google Lens this bad Larry and see where it came from. What we have is Batman Comics Bat Cycle. Vintage Bat Cycle 2008 Dark Knight. That could be it. Missile launcher cycle. So I didn't notice a missile launcher here. This is depicting the front of it coming off, and that the whole like wheel is the missile. I think it's just broken, dude. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Another one saying Dark Knight. That movie was terrible. Like, I'll just say that. I saw it in the theaters. I'm not a Batman guy, but as a movie, it got tons of hype, so I went to go see it, see what everybody's all about, and I think I left before it was even over. Wasn't for me. I think the last one was pretty good. Now, why don't we pull up the computer here and we'll figure out, what did I just do? No, not that. There we go. So Dark Knight Bat Cycle. Let's see if we get this. All right, that looks right. Mattel, which doesn't say Mattel anywhere on it. But if everybody agrees, we're just going to have to go with that. So we got another one, Mattel DC Comics Batman Cycle. Well, the clip-in thing could be that they just made one figure that they threw on a lot of stuff. Night Cycle. And production-wise, it may have been easier just to mold one figure, but include them in different vehicles. All right, so we're looking at like $22 right now. I don't know how hot this was exactly. If I recall, that movie was rated R. It was possibly not going to work for kids. I remember some pretty dark stuff in it. Let's see. Sold listings, we got 42 of them. $22, $20. Mine's really dirty, so I'm going to clean it up before I list it. But I think, yeah, consistently about $20. I'll probably do like 16 just to sell it because I paid $5 for this bag. And that'll pay for absolutely everything we got. Yeah, 22. I'm not... What? It's saying launch. Figure from... Because somebody else said rocket launcher. I'm kind of wondering why. Eaglemoth Detectives. Bat Cycle. Huh. Definitely looks the same. He has the same. We can tilt his head just like that. The guns are a little warped. They're rubbery. Some parts of this are, for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm not seeing a launcher. That might have just been one guy, and his was detached. There's no... There's one solid piece going up here, so you cannot detach this without... Well, you can detach it all you'd like. You just can't put it back together. It's not a missile launcher. All right, cool. So we're going to list that one. I'll do 18 with free shipping. So we'll call that... About that. Yeah. Yeah, about that. So, good start. All right. What else we got here? We got this weird looking Spider-Man. It's a Toy Biz. That's an older brand, and it's 1994 Spider-Man. So with Spider-Man figures, the big thing, the iconic fingers tend to get broken because they're all sticking out there. So a lot of times you see that. This has some kind of mechanism. So we got a turning key. It doesn't appear to do anything. Huh. A light or a magnifying glass? I'm really not sure what this is supposed to do. Back looks like it opens. See if we can pry it open. I'm not going to go too hard on it because I don't want to break it. But there's like a hinge down here, like it's supposed to open up. Why you'd need something to turn here? It only turns one way. Interesting. I really don't know. And there's a peg, and you push it in, and it makes a noise. Huh. So we're going to look on eBay real quick. Got an 8-inch 1994 Toy Biz Spider-Man. I suspect the size is going to make this odd. So we had that Hobgoblin in the bag. This is looking like it's going to be that guy. Well, let's find this dude first. Oh, these are sold listings. I forgot to shut that off. $260. We got the old style of Kingpin. He's an 8-inch. It's going to be weird. Like, most of these are not that big. Most figures are 5. I had this figure. This brings back memories. I had Carnage figure, and he's clipped to his arm. Carnage was a big deal in that time period. Okay, so we got this one, and this is the Hobgoblin version of the same thing. Spiderman projectors. I am interested to know what this thing even does. So now we got Spider-Man. We'll ditch 8-inch and let's go projectors figure. And hopefully it'll come up. So you might think, oh, it's unique and, you know, they probably didn't sell a lot of them, but the whole thing of this is supply and demand. Is there a demand for this projector guy? Oh, it auto-corrected to protectors. Amazing. I was wondering why there was nothing here. Projector. There we go. And here he is. Does not work. Okay, well, that sucks. I don't know if I can even test this. So we'll look at the one in the bag, or the one in the box rather. That tells you what you need. Different adventures. So this is kind of like the viewfinder from back in the day. So I'm supposed to look through his back at this, is what I'm getting out of it, or it's supposed to shine, pop in the disc, project on the wall. Alright, so I'm guessing this button turns on a light, which is long since not working. And then this is the viewfinder thing. And the light shines through his chest hole and makes this work. How do I change a battery? Let's read about it here. Open door, pull on lens, put in the disc, which I don't have. Twist lens to focus. Okay, so that moves. That's something. Turn dial on back to advanced film. To replace batteries, push down on lever to release. Back section. This does not feel like it's going to want to open. A bit concerned with that. I can try. So before we try, I'm going to see what this goes for. Because if I can sell it intact and not accidentally snap its back off, then we'll kind of go from here. So people are asking $8 here without the discs. I'm thinking this is going to be not valuable. For one thing, I don't have the discs. For the other thing, it's just kind of dumb. You know, when it came out in 94, probably banging. New in box, sealed, 28 free shipping. $12, 14. 0 of these sold outside the box. Yeah, so this is kind of not a thing. And that's cool. So we're going to learn about it. Take that opportunity to learn a bit about it in case I ever run into these again. Okay. Coming out, it's just kind of probably hasn't been opened. And oh, that's why. Them batteries exploded badly. The batteries are sealing this guy in here. This is not it. So, this is probably non-functional entirely. Okay. So that's what it looks like when you leave batteries in something for 30 years. They turn to goop. Let's see if we can even extract them. I got one out. This one's actually worse. So as long as you don't break the spring. So that is the level of corrosion we are dealing with. Let's get a light on. So it is completely green inside. So the question is, do I even bother? And the answer to that is no, because none of them sell. So even the ones that are listed for $8, nobody's bought. So I can goof around with this all day and try to fix it, but it will go nowhere. I'm just going to be wasting my time. Also, I broke it when I pried it open like that. Apparently that was not the way to open it at all. It said to pull down on this lever, but the lever didn't do anything. The lever's in his back. So I think it was supposed to really just pop open. So, yeah, this dude's done. Done, though. Interesting. But this is an awesome example of something you learn when reselling. And I did this from a thrift store. I got it for cheap. It was part of something. It doesn't matter. I didn't even notice it in the bag. But if you were to go to a yard sale and somebody had 90s stuff set up and they had this projector guy, you might be suckered into paying like $5 sight unseen on this thing. And then you get home. Even if it works, you can't sell it because nobody wants it. So that's a good example of I learned that this thing from the 90s actually doesn't have value. Looks like some of the other ones do. And we're going to get into this very shortly. The ones that seem to have sold were the ones that the characters have not been reused. The ones that sold were Hobgoblin, Venom is timeless, and Lizard. Lizard hasn't really done anything in Marvel Universe. So we learned that if we run into these in those characters, they might work out. But homeboy here, he will go to my kiddos to play with. They'll think he's cool. All right, moving on. We have an extremely dirty rubberized Captain America old style cap with the wings on the helmet. Very dirty, I will say that. 1989 50th Anniversary Collector Edition, Just Toys LLC. So rubberized guys don't really go well because they're not playable. I mean, you can't do anything with this. It's novelty of, hey, it's like, oh, it's fucking chest exploded. Awesome. So you go to peel him back. Somebody slashed his chest open. Probably Red Skull, that Nazi SOB. But we'll just look real quick here. I think he's probably not going to be worth anything. Captain America Just Toys. So here he is in not disgusting condition. People are asking all kinds of money. $15 in package. Outside, we're looking at what, 11, 8, 8. Yeah. 56 of these for sale. We got 3 sold, 1 in package. This is not the same one. And this guy, somebody bought it for some reason. I don't know. Back in April. So, again, and you know, another reseller lesson here. This is how you avoid becoming a hoarder. I know I'm not going to sell this. I could list it for $8 and have it for 3 years. But there's 56 of them listed in better condition than mine at the same price. I will have this for 5 years to make $3. So I can make the decision right now to toss it out, or I can list it and start accumulating many things. And I don't want to do that. So I take the opportunity to not have this. I will toss this out. All right. Moving on. Let me do the Hobgoblin because I'm just interested in him. So Hobgoblin, just a cool Marvel character. He's got his pumpkin bomb. I forget the origin of why it's a Hobgoblin versus Green Goblin. They're different guys. But like I think Hobgoblin was Green Goblin and something. kind of interchangeable, and because there was really no point at a point, they just kind of didn't do anything with him. So he has no articulation. It looks like he's meant to ride something because he's got these holes in his feet. I can't see a maker mark anywhere. So action figures, it's usually on the foot, the inner thigh, or the like the lower back, like they have a tramp stamp. So nothing on the thigh, nothing on the feet, nothing on the back. So we're gonna have to Google Lens this. I'm guessing it's 90s like the other stuff. All right, Google Lens says Hobgoblin Pumpkin Bomber. So he's supposed to ride his pumpkin bomber. Not seeing any pictures of the said pumpkin bomber. Toy Biz, PVC. Okay. So the reason he doesn't have any marking is it's probably on the pumpkin bomber itself. All right, so we'll look up Toy Biz Hobgoblin. I bet there's not a lot of them. Like I said, they just didn't do a lot with this character going forward. We're looking for a dude on a glider. So it's not this one because these are standard 90s figures articulated. We're looking for the dude striking the pose. There's the projector guy. This is a higher end, so Marvel Legends. These are things you want to look for. Marvel Legends, and I talk about action figures frequently when you run into things where they're heavily articulated. Articulation costs money because it takes time. You have to make different little pieces, assemble them. So when you run into it like Marvel Legends figures, they're heavily articulated. You know they have to be valuable at that point. But this guy has no articulation. He is rubber. Okay. Loose from Pumpkin Bomber, Toy Biz. Not seeing this bomber yet. Not seeing this dude in the package anywhere. Pumpkin Bomber. I just want to find him in the package so we know exactly what he looked like, what he had going. Okay, here he is. Toy Biz, Spiderman, Hobgoblin, Pumpkin Bomber, 95 complete. I don't see the bomber in this bag. That sucks. And here he is. The bomber had 2 missiles, motorized, so rolled. Okay, cool. Now we know. So now we know for sure this is what we have. I'm going to change my listing to pumpkin. That knocks down all our listings. And do people buy this guy without the roller thing? Because he basically doesn't do anything. I could see this going for $8, but we're going to find out if he joins Rubbery Captain America. All right, so in package. Those are Green Goblin. They don't count. Different figures, in package. Has anybody bought this guy? There's not quite as many of them for sale as the other one. Mine's not in awesome condition either, though. Nope, nobody buys this, unfortunately. So he's not I thought this was going to be a banger, but he's not desirable without that little propulsion system. So that's too bad. Let's see what we got here. This is some kind of Batman with like a prehensile tail, I guess. So this is going to be Series 5. So this is something from Mattel. I'm guessing he slots into like some kind of goofy, I don't know. It's got like a power punch. So if we Google Lens this, it's going to be real easy to figure out what this is. Because how many Batmans do they got going on with like a Pez dispenser coming out of his rectum? Justice League? No, that can't be it. Oh, I'm just getting pictures of side view Batmans. Nothing with this like weird slot thing. You could... It definitely does something because there's these two white pegs. Well, can we manipulate these? So I'm guessing there's some kind of trigger mechanism that goes to this. If I manually turn it, you can see these things move. So I bet this is similar to a Rock'em Sock'em robot. It might be that you have a trigger that makes him punch, and maybe you hold him. I have gotten Rock'em Sock'em Batmans before. This has articulation a little bit. Legs don't move. This has got to be something like Rock'em Sock'em guy. Let's get a... I don't even have a year. I have a code. We'll try that. Mattel puts a lot of codes on their toys, and sometimes people list with it. So, H1341. Well, come on now. H1341. Batman. Okay, Batman Begins. Total Control Batman figure with accessories. Looks right. I don't have any other pictures. I was hoping to show the back to figure out what you're supposed to do with this thing. Try this one. All right. So we're missing this control thing that it plugs in. Doesn't really explain. Alright, so you just hit the button and he swings his stuff around. So the gimmick is lost. So now we know what it is, though. Total Control. Control Batman. 72. No accessories, and without the total controller, I'm thinking we are not going to be doing anything with this. Bag's kind of a letdown, honestly. I thought it was going to be banging, but no. Even in box, these aren't selling. It's just a goofy gimmick. $11 with nothing. $10 with nothing. $72 for sale. So this might be listable, and here's why. Everybody wants too much money. So this guy with nothing, 15. This guy's got a weapon. This guy's 11 with nothing. This guy is 15 with nothing. So I can conceivably list this for 8. And there's not a ton of these out there. I'm going to do it. I don't know if it's going to move necessarily. But yeah, we'll do 8 on this. Just because everybody else has been priced out. Now, what are the odds that you have the controller, but you lost your figure? Probably pretty slim. But, whatever. He doesn't display poorly. Like, the controller's under the cape. He looks okay. He looks like he's doing a stance. He can move the arm. And you can even manipulate him a little bit with your hands. But, yeah. See how that goes? Alright, we got Pez. Pez dispensers do not sell. I talked about this before. I bought 5 gallons of Pez dispensers for $20 3 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago at this point, and I still have about half of them. I've made my money back, but I'm real sick of looking at them at this point. This one's a 2008. Obviously, the Hulk will not sell individually. Will barely sell in lots of like a dozen. There's just supply and demand. There's more Pez dispensers than collectors at this juncture. So I put that away, and if I run into a whole bunch, I will do a listing. All right, getting down there in the bag. So we got these. These I noticed in the bag, and they're kind of interesting. So, what can we see? These are made of wood, which is unusual. Wood is harder to work with, harder to source. So wooden toys are pretty rare these days. The design is 90s. This is 90s Wolverine, 90s Captain America. The thing I noticed in the store is it has the triangular screw in the bottom. This is indicative of fast food. But I don't remember this. Like, McDonald's has never done wooden toys. So where are these things from? Not too big. See if we can get any info. 2007, that's odd. And the bottom looks like it's supposed to go to something. Like this is supposed to slot in on a toy. That has some kind of code. Marvel. Doesn't have a real maker on it though. Made in China, Marvel. That's it. And they all got that weird slot. So I'm guessing this might be some kind of Fisher Price thing. Usually it would say so. So we'll Google Lens Wolverine. He's probably the sore thumb out of the group. Wooden Play Town Learning Curve. So Learning Curve, they do a few different toys. They've had the rights to Thomas the Train at times. So now let's go to the computer, pull up Wolverine Learning Curve. All right. Playtown. And we got them here. Now we know what they look like. Spiderman and Friends. Real wood. Wolverine, Captain America. Durable, classic, treasured. Learning Curve. Playtown. So they only made 4 of them. I got 3 of them. So this is probably going to end up being a lot. I'll sell the 3 of them together. And, okay. Let's throw Grover in. Like, yeah, whatever. He'll make it work. I don't know what he'll do on the team exactly, but he's in. Can't say he doesn't have heart. Can't say he's not trying to do the right thing, but when it comes down to a fight, I don't know if Grover should be there. Maybe he should just be like an intel guy. So not a ton of these sold, I'm guessing. This is kind of just a weird thing. Because what's your audience? Wolverine movies have not been anywhere near PG in a long time. Captain America, not so much either. Spider-Man, yeah, whatever. All right, so we're going to go Playtown Wolverine. Let's see if we got some more listings. 19 at this point. And we got 3 for 15. See if these sell. I'm going to list them either way. I think it at least has some value to somebody. No exact matches. Here's a Spider-Man for 8. Playtime. Here's a whole bunch of them for 30. They're not super popular, but I can see these moving, and it's worth listing them at any rate. So I'm going to do 3 for 10 with free shipping. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So that'll work. All right, we got 2 left. I got the Wolverine that I bought this whole bag for in the first place. And then we got a Spider-Man, kind of the same size. He has some twisty waist. He's got the triangular screws too. Marvel 90... 95. China. That's all it says. That's going to be hard to figure out what this is, because he doesn't really look distinctive. I don't know what he's supposed to do. I kind of feel like he's supposed to be in a vehicle. He's kind of got that look. Like, what is this reverse punch thing going on? He doesn't have his fingers out. So I feel like this is probably a play set or a vehicle. 95. I don't know. Google Lens are going to struggle with this. 3.5 inches tall. So why don't we try this first? Spiderman, 1995, 3. Round up to 4 figure. See if anything. Oh, there he is. Awesome. I did not think that was going to happen. It might be because everything was 94. It might be that nobody made anything in 95. 95 loose figure. I'm not seeing what this is for. Is it the McDonald's toy? He's got the screws. No. But that makes me think that this is going to be a McDonald's toy. Even though it doesn't say McDonald's on it. It's not this. It's not that. Animated series web glider. That could be. It says it's a Toy Biz. I'd like to find something to ID him by better. It just seems like an odd toy. It doesn't do anything. It's not really like a fun articulation. Yeah, he's just a dude. Okay, this says McDonald's, and I'm really inclined to believe that. Why don't we put Spiderman 95 McDonald's? And if we find him in a bag, we're going to know for sure. That's what I was looking for here. That's Mary Jane. So 5, number 7. This looks like they've got all of them. But it said number 7, and there's only 6 here, so it might be they're missing the one that we have. Okay, 5, 7. What is this? Web Runner, that's the vehicle. Okay, 5, 7. They folded the bag, so I can't see which one. I'm feeling McDonald's on this. I think that's right. And they're saying McDonald's too. Spider-Man Vintage. Okay. So McDonald's toys that are not at least 20 years old never sell. So we're going to see if this is worth listing, just even at $8. 83 sold. Do we see any out of the box? Here's him in a bag for 13. Here he is loose for 7. Here he is loose for 6. People are selling these at a loss. It costs more than that to ship. Yeah, so we're not listing him. That's unfortunate. So we're down to the reason I bought the bag was the 94 Marvel Wolverine. He's pretty dirty. Doesn't do anything, but he's kind of a striking, cool, like classic Wolverine figure. So we'll punch that in. 94 Wolverine figure. Probably gonna be a lot because this is a big year for Marvel stuff. It really blew up. I was a kid still, so I remember I open this up because I had some of these. Come on, show me the picture. What did I have? We got Warpath. I didn't have that one. I had Sauron. I forget who this guy is. Ugh. I had this Cyclops, his visor lit up. Did not have Banshee, but he was pretty cool. Oops. That's like Strife, I believe his name is. Doctor Doom, for no reason. I don't think he was really in Marvel at this period. Or it was in, rather, X-Men. I don't know this guy either, but I had these figures. So where's our Wolverine on a stand? This guy. Chod? I do not remember this dude. Pyro. Classic. Beast. Oh, I got sold listings on again. I fucked up. Alright, so here he is. PVC figure. Doesn't say what he went to. Stuff like this, it could be like a board game. There was a Marvel card game that came out in the 90s. But it didn't have pieces, it had cards. But I can see this fitting into something like that. Another one, vintage PVC toy. Huh. So I will list it for $8, even if I can't find it, because it's just something. Somebody will grab it. This is a good desk thing. That projector again. Now we're seeing it everywhere. Marvel projector guy. It's destiny. I'll find one eventually. Maybe I'll find one where the batteries didn't completely blow apart. Put PVC. Two of the listings had it, and they're back. So they want 10 and 15. So just listing it as a Marvel figure from that year, PVC. Put a height. People will find it if they're looking for Wolverine. It'll pop up in searches if they're looking for like older toys. And if it's $8, somebody might just go for it because why not? If they're looking to do like a scene. This is the same stance without the pad. I guess this does come off. You can see it's pegged on the bottom. But I don't want to do that. But apparently you can. We got one that sold for 10. Yeah, that's definitely the same figure. It's the same exact stance here. A whole bunch of them for 20. We'll just do 8. That's cool. It's something. We get a little more value out of this bag. So our final total, $22 off 5. It could have been a lot better. A lot of junk in the bag, but we knew we were going to make money on it. So not a big deal. Got some good stuff here. So if you like toy content, reseller content, Marvel content, like, subscribe, comment below. Appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.